Hi, my name is ThinApp. I'm a server-based computing consultant at Login Consultants. I'm going to demonstrate to you ThinApp Browser and ThinApp Management Agent. These are two tools I created for the VMware application ThinApp. This video is intended for the following audience: IT consultants, IT managers and system administrators, and of course anyone who uses ThinApp. The tools I'm going to demo to you provide the following features: managing your ThinApp projects, creating dynamic links between ThinApp projects, generating reports that show an overview of your ThinApp projects, and creating powerful building blocks. A special feature is converting a virtual application to physical and delivering your virtual application to the end user. First, I will show you the ThinApp browser console. As you can see here all ThinApp projects that are in your folder. You can click on an icon to show the contents of the package.ini initially. Here are some most used features that you can easily enable and disable in the package.ini. You can also browse for files here and just double click on a file to open it in Notepad, as you can see. From here you can also access the current user, local machine and high key users registry text files that are in the project. This tool is not especially meant for editing these projects, but more for a debugging point of view. Like you can here provide the isolation mode of the registry keys. You can select one or more registry keys and you can choose isolation full and isolation right copy. Last but not least, here the ThinApp agent settings. I will get to this later. First I will show you some more globally settings, and that is creating a report of your applications. As you can see, it generates a report of all packages when it's built. This is also customizable. You can here select build all. They will build all your projects, for example, when you have a new ThinApp agent. From the application point of view, you can just say build app, or you can say here I want to run the application or the debug Internet Explorer from within the bubble. A special feature is the apply package to physical system. It takes depending on the package, it takes a long while, so be careful with this. It will actually place the files and registry settings on your computer. It can also generate a powerful building block based on a template that is in the ThinApp browser project folder, and you can say explore here, and then you can go to the contents of your folder. When you want to create dynamic links between your ThinApp projects, just drag, for example, if you want this program to be dependent of this one, you can drag a shortcut here and it will ask you, do you want to add a link in this program pointing to the Adobe Reader? When you click yes, you can see here in the Adobe Reader that some other package is dependent of it. So it's easy for you to keep track of which applications have dependency. Also, when I create a report now again, you will show here that this program has a dependency of the Adobe Reader file. Next is the ThinApp agent settings. As you can see, you can provide here shortcuts, file type association and security for your applications. I wrote this agent because it's a benefit to have the ThinApp agent within the project itself, but also it has some difficulties. And one is that you want to provide user shortcuts. And there are lots of programs already available for that, but I wanted something to be able to centrally manage your user shortcuts. As you can see here, there's a check mark for the desktop shortcut and start menu shortcut, and it will be placed in Programs Adobe folder. I want to associate the Adobe Reader with the PDF extension, and I want the domain users group to be able to see the Adobe Reader. I will minimize this and start the ThinApp management agent, but first I will show you when I start the login PDF. It does not have a file type association yet, and when I now start the ThinApp management agent, it points to the file share. You can immediately see there's here a desktop shortcut, and you can also see the Adobe logo for the PDF. When I now click it, you see the Adobe Reader launching, and you can read your PDF. And from the start menus, you can see here the Adobe and the Adobe Reader shortcuts. When I exit the ThinApp Management Agent application, you can see the shortcuts are deleted, and when I double click on the PDF again, the file type association is deleted also. This concludes my demonstration. Thank you and see you next time.